Welcome to HTML Crash Course, and this is part 12, and today we are going to do the fixing. Alright, I would like to point out something that we have finished this course pretty fast within the given time, right? But moving on, we need to apply some fixes, and the easiest way to apply those fixes goes via the CSS. Generally the CSS helps you to apply quick fixes over the page, but over here what I've done is I have already applied the fixes onto the page. So I know you might be pretty mad, but don't worry, I'm going to explain you like what are the changes I have applied over here, and those are majorly got involved into the CSS. And I'm also going to show you the CSS code. I believe 70% of the things you will understand what I'm trying to deliver, and 30% it's fine, no worries, because up next I'm going to start with the CSS course, alright, in which I'm going to explain you everything from the scratch, so you will understand what is CSS and how it works. And we are going to take the same example. Okay. So let's see what are the changes I've done. Okay, so you can see over here, this is our content where you can see image h1, h2, p tag, and pretty typical stuff. I have done nothing change over here. All I have done is there's a special tag called as a div. Div is kind of, again, it's kind of a container type of a tag which holds, you can, within div tag you can put a lot of things. So it's kind of a container kind of a tag. So what I've done is I've started the div tag from here and ended the div tag at the bottom of the content, and in between all of the content what we have written is there. And then I have named this div tag as a container. Okay, so what CSS we have written, like I told you, right? The head has a special purpose. One of the purpose of head is it includes the styles in the head section. So I have written, you can see the container is over here. If I want to write a CSS for container, I have to write something like this. Alright, so what I'm saying over here is the size of the div is going to be 1024 pixel. So this whole thing from here to here is completely by width is 1024 pixel, so which is pretty simple, I guess. And then I'm applying the margin. Now margin is, think of margin is a dude which okay, so imagine this is your content. Okay, and if I want to move your content anywhere, so I will apply the force from the outside in the sense from here, from here, from here, from here, or from top to bottom. So what I'm saying over here is margin 0px. So I'm saying I'm sorry, from the top and from the bottom I want you to apply 0 pixel margin. That means I don't want to push anything from top to bottom. So top to bottom stays as it is. On left hand side, on and right hand side, okay, I have kept the thing as auto. Auto in the sense it means it will figure out the left and right automatically, and it will try to push the content into the center. In order to prove, if I do the 0px over here, okay, so what's going to happen is the whole content is going to move towards the left. So basically I don't want to apply the margin from the left side or from the right side. And this is the width of a document, so document finishes right here. So in order for the document to figure out the things by itself, I have used the auto. I do understand that this is a bit confusing, but bear with me. I'm going to show you more cool tricks, and we are going to discuss on this one by one in more detail when we will hit the CSS course. Okay, so that part is done. So you understand how the container is set it up. Okay, and still you don't believe me, so I got one more cool trick. I'm gonna apply a border, and I'm gonna say the border is going to be 1 pixel, red solid, and let me do the refresh. Basically I'm applying a border, so you can see this whole content is right here and the border is applied. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so I'm gonna remove that border. Okay, up next you can see we have a lot of p tags over here. Okay, and we want the p tag to the font family to be a cursive and the font size to be an 18 and the color is to be like triple A. So over here you can notice this. I'm sorry, let me refresh. So over here you can see this is the p tag, this is the p tag, the font is cursive, size is 18 and the color is this. Pretty basic, pretty simple, no harm. Then we have couple of h1 and h2 on our pages. So again we are doing the same. We are applying the font family as cursive, then applying color as 555. I'll a bit of a dark color, which if you want you can reduce to, let's say, delete 777, save, and this would be a lighter version, right? Approximately it's matching to this one. Alright, and the important thing to notice, again, I am applying a margin here. Margin in the sense, if I remove this thing, okay, one second. If I remove this thing, then there will be a space between me, Abby, and she's 7 years old. So let's check that out. Right, so there's a space up, space down, over here also space. If I don't want that, so I can do the margin as 0. So I'm saying I don't want any space. Get render nicely. Alright, so this is how it gets render. Up next we are going to talk about the HTML tips. I'm going to show you cool techniques using which you can improve your HTML skills, and we are done here. So thank you for watching and thank you for listening.